If you're sharing a computer, or more especially if you're using a public computer, one of the most obvious things you want to do from a safety point of view is to use in-private browsing. This is available in both Firefox and Internet Explorer, where you can find it by clicking the Safety tab on the top right and then clicking in Private Browsing itself. The display immediately changes in a way that makes it very obvious that your in-private browsing session has started. What in-private browsing does is it tells Internet Explorer not to remember what websites you visited and not to retain the files that are generated by visiting those websites. So both the history and any files are forgotten about. Unlike Firefox, in Internet Explorer, it's important to remember that only tabs displaying in private browsing are part of your in private browsing session. Any other tabs or Internet Explorer windows that are open are normal Internet Explorer windows and not in private. So we can compare. This is Firefox's way of using in private browsing. If you go to Tools and then click on Start Private Browsing, and a message comes up saying that Firefox will save all your current tabs and restart, so that by contrast with Internet Explorer, in Firefox all of your tabs are private browsing and you can't accidentally use a tab that's not the way that you might in Internet Explorer. For me, that's a more secure way to do it because it's less accident prone. When you've finished, it can then reopen the tabs you previously had open. In Internet Explorer, the tab we already had open is not in private browsing, as this one is. It would be easy to go back to the wrong tab or window and enter something that you wouldn't have wanted to on that screen. So it's probably good practice to close any other windows that you've got open and only leave the in private browsing ones open. A related aspect to this is called in private filtering. You can switch it on or switch it off under the same Safety tab. And below that you can adjust the settings for it. In private filtering allows you to limit the information that's given to websites whenever you visit them. Websites that share some content or providers may pass details to one another of things that you do. So you can automatically block certain information being given to websites. Or you can choose sites to block or allow. Here we're blocking information being given to a few to illustrate this. Mostly these appear to be advertising.